a few of my favorite parts from last game is the Anthrax and Todd vortex.
Yeah.
Ah, ah, ah,
That was
ah.
good.
That really was one of Will's better ad-lib moments. Nobody asked for it, but we all appreciated it.
It was mint.
Like, it was just completely on the fly. I saw my voice changer option, and I was all like, I know what I must do.
But I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Oh, he did it, and he did it 3 times.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
And then my other one was Caleb being like, wow, that was really mild by Alex. And it's like, I just have to turn the page to continue this part.
Like, you took such a long pause, I was just like, oh, is he done?
Yeah. It was just
Wow,
like,
that was incredibly tame.
yeah, for someone who died, it was so insufferable. Oh, hold on. This is what it feels like to be dead. Sorry.
Never mind. Never mind. That's the Alex we know and love.
And
You
then
took a whole ass axe to his soul with that one.
I was just like, it's okay. It's okay. I'll just shred that one up and toss it away. And then the classic child Anthrax of I need to go poke the thing in the river with a stick. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
You were the one who suggested that, Alex.
No, I
I
said we
listened
should-
to the whole thing. Like,
I said
you
we should go look
initiated.
at it.
Look, Alex, I will give to Alex, he absolutely knew Anthrax would have absolutely done it. just put the option in his lap. He will fucking run a mile with it.
Yeah, so the person said that they wanted to go check out the thing in the river, and Todd was like, we should poke it with a stick.
Like, all I'm saying is, Anthrax absolutely would. The only thing that got me was we never actually found out what that was.
Nope.
It was just, oh, and then there were dead bunnies. Oh, okay. Like, I was 100% expecting it to actually just be like a sleeping bear and it was going to eat the other child.
Oh, Jesus.
That was 100% what I was expecting, and it never happened. Instead, I got to meet Vecna.
Yes. I have to solidify a reason why you can't stop talking about him. It's not the fact that, like when something's solidified from childhood, it sticks with you most of the time. Unless you, like, actively...
All I'm gonna say is, he was raised into a cult that worships Vecna. I'm pretty sure that would have been something that he would have talked about anyways. That just seals the deal.
But it's basically the kid meeting Santa Claus.
Yeah. Just an undead, godly Santa Claus.
And it's just like, bitch, I've met him. And it's just like, you probably shouldn't believe in that stuff. And it's like, well, bitch, I met him.
Too damn bad, he's real.
Yeah. As long
You had me in tears at all bones. I want to be all bones.
That was good.
you can be all bones.
Look, all you have to do is just become a lich. It's easy. You just have to murder literally everyone around you.
That's all?
Kelly, were you listening to it at work or?
Yeah.
That's even better.
But then the most part of dealing with their own family shit. So I've just been crunching numbers and trying to stay sane. And so I was like, you know what? I think I'll put a little joy on for myself this afternoon.
take away from the personal problems. And let's listen to dead bunnies and how people sacrifice their parents. Yeah, good time. Total 180 on that one.
I can't believe you didn't ask him, like, tell him that it was his parents before he killed them. Like, you just said, there's two people in front of you, and you're meant to kill them. And he was like, cool, I do the thing. It's like, okay, you kill them, it's your parents. Like, son of a bitch, like, you didn't even give him a minute to, like, look and process.
Just zero build up. I don't know who these people are. It will never be important to me. Oh, it's my parents. Okay.
But then he learns from the other flashback, you need to kill your parents to get the white.
Yeah, too late now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flashback that happens after the flashback where he killed his parents.
You say that like he wouldn't have killed his parents fucking anyway.
Yeah.
No, he definitely would have, but like it was a missed moment though for him to like.
What was missed?
Because at least even with the first person that you killed, I'm really worshiper.
I had mentioned it to Alex, and he was just all like, "Oh, you just went to the people in the wrong order." Like, what?
There was
What
an
the
order.
fuck?
Yeah.
Apparently, Anthrax had, apparently Alex had an order that he wanted Anthrax to go in.
No.
While not hinting at any possible order.
That's right.
Yeah.
Each person
Like
had a recollection flashback attached to them. They weren't in an order. They were just meant to be moments in time that have happened. That's it. To try to explain a bit more of Anthrax, because he didn't seem to fully get to capitalize on who he really is, and he's been like the tag along with Todd for so long, and he's the really overcooked sticky spaghetti that sticks to the wall and sticks you all together in this situation.
his lore is entirely too deep.
Well, like even with one for Umberly, you said that like you told them before you killed them, hey, at least this is better than what Umberly would have done to you. At least you're not drowning. Okay, thanks, bye. And just like, but like even with your parents, there could have been a moment there, and it was completely glossed over.
Yep. There could have been emotional build-up, Alex.
Does this validate more that Anthrax doesn't hold emotional attachment to anything?
Not externally, but internally he does.
How do you know?
Because I know.
Yeah.
No, now you know.
No people.
Now you
I don't know. That might be projection, thinking that everybody has to,
Yeah.
Everyone has some attachments to things.
All I have to say is it's a very in-character moment for Anthrax to kill his own parents, and Todd to be like, "What the fuck, Dad?" And Anthrax is just like, "Look, man, I wanted those sick-ass robes."
They were really nice robes, son.
Oh, man.
It has pockets.
It's like the power, the prestige. No. Just the most finest craftsmanship of robes that you can come across. It's like you can't literally make these anywhere. Like they can only be made by this group of people that deems you too powerful to not have them.
Just look, son, I needed the drip.
So Kelly, you never got past the one part here that you're glossing over and you're not thinking enough about it, where you're upset about the fact that he killed his parents. Okay? I think I said that he only needs to kill his dad.
Two birds, one stone kind of
just said
But he
situation.
ends
Though.
up slaying both of them.
Look.
Thought you were
You were
trying
the
to...
one who had put it out of order, so I didn't know what the order was supposed to
No,
be.
but what I'm saying is, I don't think Kelly's like narrowed in on that part yet.
The
Oh,
thing
that
I'm
Anthrax
thinking
is just
of,
straight willing to just be all like, "Oh, I don't know who I'm supposed to kill. Fuck it, let me get both. I'll be right either way." Look, Anthrax has goals, okay? These goals are beyond your comprehension.
His goals are robes and
Damn right.
adventure.
I mean, the robes are an extra step to the lichdom. You need to have drip if you want to be a lich.
you know, that is absolutely factually accurate.
Number what?
Lich drip.
Exactly.
Lich drip.
Like, name one lich in the lore that isn't just fucking kitted out.
You can't because it's lich drip.
Exactly. Lich has got that drip.
I can't disagree with it. In order to be a lich, you just gotta have drip.
Hold on one second. Lich drip sounds like a plague or a disease. It
Sounds like an STD.
A lich drip.
Sounds like an STD.
I need you to go to the nearest cleric and get tested. My ex just messaged me with sensing that she has lich drip.
That she's got lich drip.
I got tested and I'm fine.
She's got a bad case of it too.
It just keeps flaring up.
Just flaring up. It's disgusting.
That's like one of the villains in my in real life campaign I'm running is named Sitherax, and when I first said it out loud, Will was like, "What kind of fucking STD ass name is that?"
I don't know.
Yeah, that's on you. That's your fault.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one's on me.
I'm writing down lich drip as an idea though. Lich drip. That's an idea.
I'm just saying, all liches have drip. Just straight up.
I'm not gonna disagree with you. You're lore accurate on that one.
It's just a literal fact of life.
Wind blows, rains fall. Lich has got drip.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Such a fucking lich. I love it.
Mm-mm.
It could be a rock band name.
But yes.
Hey.
Oh, I had an idea for a character, Alex, that you'll probably love.
I love it already.
All I have to do is say his name.
Oh dear.
His name is Scourge, son of Riptide.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Why you gotta play on me like this?
The bigger reaction from Alex. Jeez.
Why you gotta stun on my emotions?
Look, all I gotta say is you will love this character, and I will play him, and it's gonna be hilarious because I intend for this character to die horribly, and then just in his final moments, in his very final moments, be like, "My dad was right," and then explode for no reason.
Caleb, I'm surprised you didn't try to go with an extra cheesy name like Riptide, son of Riptide.
No, that's his brother, I guess.
Idle rip.
Idle rip.
Rip Tidington
Undertow.
Junior.
Undertow.
Undertow, son of Scourge, son of Riptide.
See, we're circling the idea here.
Circling the idea down the drain.
So, shut up. I'll flush your ghost ass body down a drain.
Look, I can do it. I don't feel like it.
Oh, I'm trying to find like one other chapter. Hold on. So wait, Kelly, are you at your parents' house now?
No, I'm at home, but my Wi-Fi is also out. Because I had to get fucking Spectrum because Comcast doesn't service this area.
Okay, but like from what I remember of Comcast, they're nowhere near good.
But miles still better than fucking Spectrum. Spectrum is trash.
I'm not going to deny that.
I'm
I have
feeling
Spectrum
very
at this
attacked.
I have Spectrum at this house, and I can agree.
I also have Spectrum.
Look. All I gotta say, Will, is she's absolutely right.
She
It'll
is.
rain too hard, TM, and my internet will just go out.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
It hasn't rained. It hasn't even rained. I called them about this yesterday, and they said, "Oh yeah, I can see it's done this a lot, where it's just like disconnects and reconnects on your network." I was like, "Yeah, it's getting really annoying. Like, I have the upgraded plan. Why is it doing this?" Well, sometimes the newer routers and modems do this. I'm just like,
Like, maybe they shouldn't. Maybe you should put out a good product.
"Yeah, why are you trash?" So he was like, "Oh yeah, I can just fix it really quick from here." I was just like, "Great. How about you do that every day? Every day, fix it."
All the time.
Imagine they
Just
were
do it.
like, "Hold on, we're gonna send you out a software update. Do you have internet right now?" And you'd be like, "That's why I'm calling.
No!
I don't have it."
No.
Imagine.
Man,
I'm
last
pretty
time-
sure Kelly would fight someone over that
would
one.
be
Last
so
time I
funny.
called Spectrum, I got that exact fucking set of lines. Was, "Oh well, maybe your router needs a firmware update. Can you connect to the internet?"
Yeah, that,
And I just had this long pause, and the lady was like, "Oh, right, that's why you're calling. Sorry, that was a stupid question. We might have to send out a tech."
that would be my favorite.
And then it
call.
came on later, and I called them back, and I was like, "Hey, there's no need for the tech to come out. I fixed it."
That would be my favorite ever. That should be a skit. That should be one of those skits that we watched.
Yeah, that should be on I Think You Should Leave.
Yeah, that should be on there.
Yeah.
Like him experiencing, like, well, if you connect to the internet, we'll send you a firmware update. I can't connect to the internet. That's why I'm on the phone. But if you're on the phone,
Look,
like,
you don't know rage until you've called someone a slack-jawed fuck monkey.
But at the time, though, if you have the experience of working in the service industry and you know that the customer service rep isn't the one who manages Spectrum, like, they're just the ones who deal with the people who suck. Like, they don't actually get to do anything about it. So, like, you can be
I
as
know
mean
because,
as you're only destroying their life, not Spectrum's.
look, I know because I have customers all the time that I have to deal with face to face and be like, "No, sir, you didn't pay for that. I can't do that for you because you didn't pay for that. If you'd like to, you can go up front and have them bill you for it, but I can't do anything for you until you do that." or be like, "Oh,
but I
well,
wanted to.
but your guys were supposed to bring it inside," and I have to be like, "Sir, if you'll look at your invoice, you did not pay for inside delivery, and that was an additional
Ugh.
charge.
That's white glove service.
That's white glove service, and I charge a fucking premium for that shit."
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not kidding. It's $150 an hour.
Jesus.
And the only thing my company doesn't do is hook up gas.
That's like $1,000 Canadian.
Yeah. And, my boss's boss, our CEO, really wants to get us rated for hooking up gas, and I'm like, dude, please, no, my guys are already stupid. I don't want to be responsible for blowing up somebody's fucking restaurant.
Hold on. Can you say boss again? My boss.
My boss? My boss's boss?
Can you try to sound more like? Can you give it like a Boston accent at the same time? I
My
kinda
boss's boss?
Hey, boss.
My boss.
I heard it for a second. It was like my boss's boss.
Now you know how we feel every time you say the word about.
A beat.
What about it?
What about it?
What about it?
There's nothing wrong with I don't say about anything.
See a butt.
I'm gonna butt you out of the chat.
No, you're not, because you need her!
Hold on. Please hold.
So spicy. Alex plays Nova.
If I disconnect her, can she come back?
Yes.
My brother in Christ, I am hanging on by 2 whole bars of service right now.
Alright, I was just hovering over the kick button, but
All of your videos are turned off. Like,
Alright, are you guys ready to begin?
no,
Alex,
I
are
am
you ready to begin?
I'm looking through my thing. I'm trying to find a chapter that looks like it's fucking missing. Because I have this all in like 5 different books.
This is why I use a text document, and I can just use the Control F function.
No,
To be like,
Alex,
what
why?
do I need to look for? I got too drunk before the session. There it is.
but it gives us these moments.
Oh, I also, for when you guys come down here, I got another bottle of wine from my friend.
Hey.
Why?
Yes.
I guess I'll drink it.
Yeah, like what are we gonna do with that?
Look, wine is alcoholic, okay?
Get fucking
So-
white girl wasted.
I'm not drinking
I don't like white girls.
it.
I don't know if it's a good brand or not. It's Freelander. I got it for free. He got it for free from a customer.
That customer's probably a thief.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of our customers, so that's like a 50-50 shot.
Okay.
They're all liars. It just depends on whether they're a liar and a thief, or a liar and an idiot.
Yeah,
It's
that's better.
really that second.
Generally, it's the second one, but sometimes it's all three.
It's just a coin flip away.
I brought my laptop home with me so that I could fully see Nova's entire character sheet so it wouldn't fuck up as hard. But my cat fell asleep on my lap, and now by law I can't get up.
Don't you also have no internet?
I have 2 bars of 5G, bro.
Oh, what about for your
Doing my
computer?
Best. If I didn't have internet, I wouldn't be able to talk to you right now.
Cell service, that's close enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I forgot to post this earlier, Will.
Oh,
Hold on, I'll post it in the chat so they can all laugh.
My heart is ready.
Just I have to take a screen cap
Aw.
of it on my computer, which takes longer than doing it on my phone.
Happy sleeping.
Will, unfortunately,
Oh, no.
you got your girlfriend pregnant. Here's the time.
You found a picture of this?
Yes.
Gorgeous.
you,
That's-
you got another Wendigo.
I got another Wendigo, motherfucker!
I love those teeth.
Fantastic.
So now you have a girlfriend and your child.
that you have to pay child support for.
Shit. Like, you know how hard it is to pay child support for a fucking Wendigo?
It's not gonna be easy, man.
I mean, the
Look,
grocery bills
Wendigo-
alone.
It's
Yeah.
And you don't want to end up having her take you to Wendicourt.
Wendigo. Where you
Wenda's
lose more.
CPS is just crazy, bro.
I feel like it's gonna be super biased. And very
Just a little
one-sided.
bit. They're a little racist. Just a little bit.
It's biased.
I mean, I am generally seen as food to them, so that's not exactly in my favor here.
Bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I just need to get.
Can't you tell he has your glowing eyes? But he's got his mom's smile.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure where it got the ravenous hunger for human flesh, though. That's a little up in the air.
That's an early thing. They'll grow out of it.
That just happens when you mix two crazy things together. You get an unnatural byproduct.
A natural faux show.
Did you hear that? He called
Mhm.
me unnatural. Eat him. Pull his face apart with
Okay.
your teeth. Do it.
All right, Alex, bring the pain.
Do it.
That's not my job.
Okay, I'll bring the pain then.
That's also not your job.
Not too late now.
Nope, that's Nova's job this time.
Odd.
Smite all the things.
Is it weird for you to get back into Anthrax after you spent a short period of time being like the group dad, the adopted dad?
Little weird getting back into it. Gotta get used to the new dynamic here. We'll see where it goes.
So
I mean, it's already going, I think.
It's been nothing but fantastic.
So because of the fact that we are going back to somebody's last session who actually played and is continuing the game, we're going to do a slight recap on the adventures that Anthrax and Todd have found themselves in and where they have found themselves now. It was the moments just before the meteor strike that Todd was running with Evan through the sewer ways underneath Box Hollow. When Todd and Evan had a moment to speak, neither of them wanted to talk because they were running for their lives
Oh, Alex, what would you do in that situation?
before the meteor struck.
Scream and run, that's what.
Can I talk for a sec?
Yeah.
Might be an appropriate moment, but I just
Just
think we should.
like on the playground. Time out, man. Time out, I mean.
Just look at the meter.
Yeah,
Time out.
time out, bro. I'm tired.
Look, make it quick, okay? I have a whole nation to destroy.
Yeah.
My mom's bringing out a juice box. Let me
Oh,
try
shit.
real quick.
It's a grape.
Shit, what flavor?
Uh. And as the meteor fell, he saw Grommet get crushed by the falling rocks, not before touching a single strand of red fur before the crushing rocks caved in on him. He had a
Oh,
moment.
thanks.
He had a moment where he was able to hopefully push Evan out of the way as a crushing weight came over Todd. As his spirit, months later, seemed to have left his body, he stood over his own self, but in this spiritual form, just like his dad. He notices in his spiritual form, he is missing his right arm completely, and that his body is very damaged and beaten up, and it seems like it has lost its usefulness
So
for life.
when you say completely, you mean like all the way up at the shoulder?
To the shoulder.
Damn. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's here that Tarku came to visit Anthrax and tell and explain to Todd exactly why he cannot reach the afterlife. Why Todd cannot go to any kind of heaven and no God can pick him up is because of the events that Anthrax has intervened with and the gods and the demons he has dealt with before. That his son no longer is attractive to the gods to take them to heaven. Todd is extremely upset about the idea that he will never make it to heaven because of his dad's actions. But
Makes total sense.
Well, more pissed off at the gods than at Anthrax. Like, wow, because my dad did some stuff you don't like me. Fuck you guys then.
But I mean,
Sins of your father.
also, still pissed at his dad, just no more than usual.
Yeah.
until he goes on an expedition to go find 3 people that fit the characteristics that Tarku requests from him. Somebody to battle the monstrous creature of the Lord of Hunger, a mad wizard who is willing to go to the end to test their magic against Victor,
Oh, you can't see it, but I'm waving at the camera.
Victor Grimwatch. Are you giving me the hello? That's me.
I hadn't turned on the camera.
like you're on a game show and they just introduced you.
Finger guns.
Yeah.
The little like opening intro sequence to like an old like 80s or 90s sitcom.
Yeah. And this is Wheel of Fortune with Jerry. Jerry, what do you do for a living?
Murder things.
I I wrap up candy bars for a living. I'm glad to be here, man.
That's how I always feel like flipping those people that quote unquote flip homes. They're like,
Oh yeah.
you watch those videos and then like the people that are buying these places, they're like, well, my wife's a third grade teacher and I hang potatoes in the garage. We're looking for a budget of $1.5 million.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, I collect celebrity socks and have a museum.
I'm a cashier and I also have a forklift driving license, but I open magic packs on the side.
Yeah.
Do you buy them first? Oh, absolutely not.
I do. You open magic packs? Yeah, definitely $2 million. Yeah.
I'm a part-time musician at a small-time cafe, and on the side, I sell people's organs.
Oh,
No,
damn!
and on the side, I sell organs. Your own? No.
Oh,
No, it's
I own yes.
I
I am,
like a nice little place by the beach, and
Yeah.
very secluded.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I'm what they call a coffee artist at Starbucks, and I go on Twitter and kill bike couriers.
That's a barista, sir.
Oh no, a sandwich artist. That's at Subway.
Oh,
There you go. Yeah.
sandwich artist.
Amateur.
Look, I'm never gonna call them a sandwich artist, okay?
It's a sandwich.
I'm also never gonna call them baristas. They're coffee jockeys and nothing more.
Coffee jock.
Jockeys.
I honestly like that. I like that one more because it's almost like they're racing the coffee. It's like it's from start to finish how fast they can get it out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's go juice. It needs to be made fast.
Yeah.
That's how you get the caffeine.
Yeah. If someone at Tim Hortons was like, I'm a barista, I'm like, no, you're not. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. The
Sir, you work at Tim Hortons.
The
You're
coffee-
not a barista.
One type like it.
coffee jockey's really good. That's a really strong one.
Oh yeah, that was good.
So
Just right off
Anthrax-
It was weird. I ordered a sandwich last night when I was coming home, and I was like, I had to go to McDonald's. I was like, I'll get the BLC chicken, but no tomato. And then they gave it to me, and he's like, the person is like, sorry, but we don't have any tomato. I was like, okay. Like,
Great.
yeah, there's no tomato on this. So it's like, yeah, I asked for no tomato. He's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I ordered it that way. He's like, oh, okay.
Cat.
Like, how do you not know?
Yeah, failed successfully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody's listening, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, a mad wizard.
And the
Go to the end of the
and the third characteristic of person that Anthrax was out to search for was somebody who is to strike down the falsehood of good, the falsehood of a holy being with ill intent. So Anthrax was whisked away into a portal with Todd's spirit as they went through this kind of collapsing universe. Todd got to spend some time knowing his father by going through recollections of his life. And first and foremost, it all started with with Anthrax's early childhood, as him and his friend Maya went out into the forest one night to go and search for something that she found in the ditch that was furry, before finding that there was an occultist sacrifice going on, which was led by their own parents before being visited by the one and only Vecna. The thing that struck some fear, but also the courage into Anthrax into really diving into the idea that he can become all bones one day. And how cool would that be?
It would be sick. To this day, it would still be sick.
His visions took him to a mountainside meeting New Hawk fighting the Super Lario brothers. And here, New Hawk had to try to explain to Anthrax why this was even happening before starting to fight them. New Hawk ripped Lario in half, threw him down the mountain, and then
Again.
as Anthrax killed Moiji before collapsing off the mountainside, he raised him for his very first minion for the very first time before having to shove him and Moiji falling down the mountain and collapsing in a pile of bones.
It was a tiny little lame push, and it just had zero balance.
Yep.
Todd seeing this as Dad's first minion.
Dad's first minion.
I mean, first undead minion. He's had plenty of meat shields.
Oh god. Is that a really good name for your friends?
No one has complained about it yet.
And it's here that Anthrax wanted to show New Hawk something, so he asked for his handout before he slapped the snap ring or the snap wrist bracelet onto New Hawk's arm, as Newhawk began to dissolve into mist. Newhawk became very furious and pissed, trying to claw his way through Anthrax before dissolving off into the ether. Anthrax
He'll get
gets
over it, I'm sure.
sucked back up into the portal and continues on. His next vision found himself as a early adult, being contracted into his later part of his death cleric journey. And here he was supposed to dispose of 2 people to get his white robes. Without question, Anthrax takes the sword, strikes them down, finding out that it's his parents, and with no remorse, he gets his robes and moves on. Here he moves on to go visit Kite and Esmeralda, who find themselves in a cavern trying to help a troll with one eye that's being mistaken as a cyclops, that are being surrounded by little saw machines with feet and a giant drilling machine coming to take them out, summoned by Blackstaff. It's here that all of them go into combat and take care of the many little automaton creatures, and Kite's a little nervous about the fact that we buried you. You're dead. Twice. Anthrax.
Look, they don't come back after you've killed them twice.
Look, tell that to someone else, okay?
With not too much hesitation, Anthrax had a parting gift for Kite. He holds his hand out, slaps the snap wrist on him, and with a single pop, Kite disappears into the ether. Esmeralda is massively pissed and starts firing arrows and begins to start swinging at Anthrax before the vortex portal takes him as well. Todd and Anthrax go to his last memory on their way to Nova, and it's here that he is a middle-aged human, or like a teenager, and he learns about the aspects of moving up the ranks, where he's going to have to take care of his parents to get the ascended white robes and become a death cleric. It's here that he does his first ever ceremonial sacrifice to get into the cult, and within those moments a celebration happens as many of the patrons are given mushrooms, and it's a time of celebration as the celebration of Vecna continues on through generations. It's here that he meets a woman of his age named Malaria, and she declares that he's the man. They go off into the forest, and bygones be bygones.
Women love a confident man.
He bide her guns.
Going back up into the Vorpling portal, just before the moments that they crash land back into Barovia, where Anthrax was buried and long since forgotten. Is there anything that Todd and Anthrax would like to discuss before landing in Anthrax's long journey of being dead in Barovia?
Dead? What the fuck? Animals? Your parents? The fuck?
Look, this was the culture I was raised in. You didn't have the chance, the opportunity to grow as I did.
Yeah, damn right I didn't. What? Jeez. Come on, that's... And the insides are falling out. If I had a body right now, I'd be throwing up.
Oh, come on, you get used to it. It's not that bad. Look, life is meaningless. Mostly meaningless. anyone's life who isn't yours is meaningless.
People are kind of important, Dad. Like your own parents.
Look, if I hadn't died myself, I would have been honored to be slaughtered by you like a fucking animal.
No.
Yes! Anyway,
And yeah, I think I'll finish schizoing out and talking to myself with that one.
Okay. It's also a bit of an idea and a little bit of insight onto maybe how and why Todd's mom originally had that eldritch magic that was able to withstand and hold Blake back in the very beginning.
Yeah, what was up with that?
look, I don't know. Bad magic, I guess. She's in the cult. Didn't hang around her too long after that night. Honestly, don't remember too much about it. There was a lot of drugs.
But
No, you don't understand. A lot of drugs.
but
No, a lot of drugs.
Wait, so Malaria was Todd's mom?
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Ew, so we had to watch a flashback of his parents.
Yeah. Just the pure cringe.
He found out the
Or
moment that he was
Todd.
conceited, and then there's the moments after that that Anthrax basically didn't know that Todd exists.
Like, kid, I literally learned you existed like a month and a half ago. Life is funny. But death is funnier.
Oh, my life sucks.
Good thing you don't have it. As the vortex continues and comes to a glaring white light like an end, Nova, you can see as you stand there with your old burgomaster, what do you guys call him? The Whopper Jr. is almost dying there on the floor with like absolutely horrendous bite marks along the sides of his face and the back of his neck, as you guys slain 2 weak vampire spawns here. As you saw that there was a woman. There was the woman with the floppy hat, had the knife to the girl's neck here, and just behind her started this black mist that comes to become a form of a spiritual being, as you say that Anthrax enters the room.
Nova! Hello! Shit, what the hell happened here? Did you finally join my side?
Who is this? Do you see like the vampire holding the knife up to the girl's neck?
Oh. Are you hold on.
And like I'm just gonna like scoot just straight up into the vampire's face just to look at its teeth like
Are you what I think you are? Are you a vampire?
And you must be one of those unholy ghosts that just can't lay down and die.
unholy. No, you're actually right, though.
Then you're gonna love this. You could see as she takes the blade, and you can see that she slides it right across the girl's neck. You can see as the slit opens up against the esophagus here, blood begins to run down onto her shirt and begin to stain right through the body, and the eyes go white, and the body goes limp.
Wait.
Jesus, Alex!
I cast Cure Wounds. I am right up against these two. I cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Give me a roll.
9.
Okay. You can see that she's still bleeding out, but she grips her neck and tries to put like pressure on it as you do the cure wounds here. She goes,
And then I'm going to shove her out of the way.
you go to shove her. Is there anything else you'd
Just-
like to say to Nova before we start this nonsense?
I am so glad to be back.
Everyone roll for initiative.
Okay. So I get a whole ass +2 to my initiative, so a 12.
Hold on 1 second.
It's a 15 for Nova.
What's your dex mod?
Um. There it is.
Probably a plus.
-1.
Okay, you're not going first.
Okay.
That was a very easy, clear decision here. Okay. It's in this moment that you see that the vampire spawn looks down at the body and sees that it's like still clinging to life. She goes, "Poor thing won't know what hit her, but I guess I should dispose of you, and then maybe I can turn her, and her fate can be sealed otherwise." You see that you said that you're gonna shove her away from you.
Like, shove her away, like, in the behind me direction away from the vampire spawn.
The body, the one that's on the ground. You want to shove the person gripping their neck.
Sure. Like,
Well, you're trying to shove her away from the vampire.
yeah, in the away from the vampire direction, yes.
Maybe you want to like stand in between because like you're a ghost thing.
Yes, yes. That's literally what I'm suggesting is be between the vampire spawn and the dying person here.
You got it. Okay. So you see that the vampire spawn here jumps up and clings onto the ceiling with their hands, and their feet cling on. Anthrax, you can give me an attack of opportunity, but you can see that she begins to skitter across the ceiling here towards you, Nova, and hops down.
Okay, so I do not have. Okay. Will a? No, that's not gonna hit. A 4 is not gonna hit.
Nope, definitely not. It's here, Nova, that you see that Anthrax swings at the vampire spawn. You can see that she flips upside down. You can see that her floppy hat still sticks to her head, even though she's upside down. Skitters across on all fours as you see the dust and the webs kind of just like dissipate off the ceiling. She reveals her fangs, and you see that her pale skin, as she gets up close to you, she leaps down, and she's going to try to make her multi-attacks against you. She makes 2 attacks, one of them of which can be a bite. So she's going to try to use a claw attack against you first.
So she's gonna like drop down on top of me? I thought she was on the ceiling above me.
Yeah, she's going to drop down like in front of you and then start trying to attack.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So a 16 for the first one for the claw attack.
16 does not hit.
Okay, then she's going to go for a bite attack, which is a +6 to hit. Wow, I rolled 2 10s, so another 16.
No.
Okay. Next in the initiative, Nova, it is your turn. You have the floppy-hatted, well-dressed vampire spawn right in your face.
Nova is going to not now, baby. I'm fighting vampires. Nova is she is going to attack with the morning star. Actually, hold on. No, stop. Oh, I don't understand this enough to cast it. Okay, I'm just gonna cast, or I'm just gonna attack her and use smite.
Okay.
And that's a 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay. So the damage from the Morning Star is 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then the stop, you monster.
Never.
I crave violence.
Fucking dumb. Sorry, I didn't get my computer.
What level smite?
Smite level.
Just the biggest spell slot you have available.
Yeah, 3rd level smite.
Does she have 3rd levels at level 10?
Yeah.
Yeah,
5d8 it is.
perfect.
Damn.
This is gonna hurt.
That's correct, right? It's 3 for undead, 2 extra for upcast.
And that's 21 points of damage. Radiant, baby.
Didn't like that.
Good.
Still undead alive. You have extra attack as well, so.
I do, yes. And she's going to go after her again with the Morning Star.
Okay.
And that's 26 to hit.
That hits.
Damn.
Is 7 points of damage with the Morning Star. And then do a second level. Can I do a second smite on the extra attack? Can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
48.
4. And then that's 20 points of damage on top of the Morning Star damage.
So in total, you did 52 points of damage this turn.
Excellent.
Damn.
Is that the end of your turn, Nova?
Let me double check. Yeah, because smite is bonus, isn't it?
No, that's like a...
That's an on-hit effect. You can choose to smite on hit.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you have something you'd like to do with your bonus action, you can.
She's going to use the Thunderous Smite.
So that just charges your weapon for the next hit.
Oh, this says it's a bonus action.
It is to charge the weapon on the next hit.
Okay, gotcha.
So you could spend it now, and then the next time you hit something, it'll go off.
No, by the time Anthrax gets to her, she's going to be dead.
Wow, that's confidence.
She knows what's up.
I know what's up.
So you're just gonna kill her?
It is a first level slot though, so I'll go ahead and burn it. And prep just in case she pulls some shenanigans.
Okay.
Or in case Anthrax rolls like shit again. So I will go ahead and prep the Thunderous Smite for next turn. And
That is fair.
that will be it.
Okay, Anthrax, it'll be your turn. The vampire spawn is about 20 feet away from you, 5 feet away from Nova in combat.
Easy peasy, so I just saunter up to it. And I'm just like,
Hey, wanna see a trick I learned from you people?
and And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Vampiric Touch again.
What are you calling you people?
I mean, you disgusting bloodsuckers. You leeches.
What type of damage is Vampiric Touch?
Don't worry about it. I already know what you're gonna say.
What is it?
Inescapable destruction.
What is it?
I get through that.
What is it?
Inescapable destruction is my feature. It is necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is resistant, but it's not resistant to my necrotic damage because I'm a fucking death cleric.
Okay.
He takes full damage, sir.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yep.
Do I have a saving throw?
No,
No.
because he's got it's a touch spell attack.
Okay, give me
Yeah.
the spell attack.
17 plus 7, 24.
Yep.
That'll be 3d6 necrotic for 5, 2, 6, 13 damage.
Okay.
Plus, I'm gonna go ahead and use my channel to divinity to add an extra 19 on top of that. So, what is that? 32, 34? No. I'm braiding here. I'm retarded with math.
It's 32.
Yeah, 32. 32 damage. 32 necrotic damage. Right up its booty hole.
Wow. That's a strange vampiric touch there, Will.
Okay.
Well, he did get the aim where he hit.
So, as you bypass the necrotic resistance and vampiric touch up the booty hole with its -2 hit points left, how do you want to do this?
Just one quick, I pull its head off. Just one quick swipe and its head's off.
Through
I'm
its
holding
ass.
Right through its head. Just upward sweep, fucking Sub-Zero style, rip the head off.
Just blame it on necrotic damage. It made it really soft and mushy.
Soft and pliable, squishy vampire flesh.
It was like pulling apart a stuffed animal with the seams already ripped.
Yep.
You crush the Build-A-Bear halfway through building.
I like to imagine, Will. I like to imagine he just kind of grabs it by the head and tops it off like a Barbie head.
Basically.
So Nova, you're
Just-
here. You strike. As you see, it's pointed towards you. Before it tries to reach across with its black pointed fingernails, you can see that its head pops off as Anthrax is floating there as a spirit, holds its head as its body collapses.
I knew him well, Nova.
And I just tossed the head off to the side.
It rolls along, and you can see that it hits a couple of walls, as if there are bumpers.
Ding, 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 ding.
And you hit a couple bowling pins that were set up, as if they're playing a game, but in their spare time, they're getting good at bowling down here.
Look, they don't have to do a strat anymore. They can have recreation now.
In a well. You notice that you're deep within a dirty old abandoned well.
Yeah, and
Find your jollies
Does it-
where you.
exactly.
It's
Barovia is not a fun place. You have fun where you can.
it's here that Nova, you're standing with Anthrax, and you can hear Ismark kind of trying to put himself up a little. He's like, "Demon! The demon is here! Nova, strike it down!"
She
I miss
walks-
you too.
So, how different does Anthrax look? Well, because he's not a little girl anymore. So,
He looks like himself when you knew him in person, but as a spirit.
just you turn the opacity down.
Be gone,
So-
demon! Be gone! You were dead once! We buried you! You can see that he's like fumbling to try to find a cross and pulls the chain off and holds it out towards you. Banish the evil!
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Here, come here. Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Give me a hug. And yeah, I'm just gonna like ignore his little cross, and I'm just gonna awkward ghost hug.
Ah, death, take me now!
Oh, baby, you're just coming on strong now, huh?
Ismark takes psychic damage and faints.
It's like, when did you learn vicious mockery?
He's not
I guess
on
I
death's
picked it
door.
up somewhere.
He's just out. He's just a little. He's out. He's got shock. He's in shock. He's had quite a few too many incidences in the past 5 minutes.
He's dealing with just a little bit of trauma.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I hope that the next time we eventually met, it wouldn't be this embarrassing.
Oh yeah, no, it's just we have like near dead people. There's vampires again. Why are there vampires still?
We're working on it. We're working on it.
I guess. I'm sure I died for a reason.
Hey, Strahd's gone, okay? Like, these are just annoyances, which I appreciate your help with. And she goes over to the hostage and does lay on hands.
You can see the I was about to bring it up. Like, the hostages, they're just like gurgling on their own blood as their neck has been slit. They're like, like all this cure wounds and lay on hands is great, but their neck is like legitimately cut open.
It says your blessed touch can heal wounds.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You see like the stitchings come back up. She goes, "What happened? How did I get here?"
You were in the bar, right? For the concert?
Yes, I'm the bartender. Where are we?
Deep in the well, Timmy. You've had a bit of a bad interaction with a charm spell. Everything's taken care of, though. We're gonna get you back home. It's gonna be fine.
I'm confused. Is anybody else harmed? Is anybody else hurt?
No, everybody else.
She
I'm fine.
she looks over your shoulders and goes, "Oh my god, those were the women that were missing." As you can see that the 2 slain vampire spawns is the ones that she's pointing to.
No, but we've taken care of it. Don't worry. We were able to keep that from happening to you too.
I'm not going to become one of those things, am I?
Nah, you're good. You just got sliced.
I'd rather die than become one of their spawns.
Well, lucky for you, when you do become one of those spawns, you do get died, so...
She looks at you and trembles.
Sorry.
I'm certainly not going to become one, right?
Yeah, nope, you're good. Sorry. That humor leaves a lot to be desired. Usually Ismark handles this part. She's gonna, like, look around and look for anybody else from the Nevermores who's come here. Did anybody else follow us down the well?
No, it was just you two. You two on the mission.
Fabulous.
You can see that Ismark is, like, completely passed out and he's snoring.
Absolutely no help at all. 0 out of 10.
Almost as if nothing ever changed.
He's doing his best. And she's gonna start taking the damsel towards the entrance to the well that she came down, because she's not gonna try to explore any of these tunnels with her looking like this.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow along.
Okay. You lead her back up to the beginning of the well here. As you can see that there's like a bit of like a rickety ladder, but you guys begin to send her up the way as she climbs up the ladder back out to safety in the town of Valaki.
Get her back out to the tavern, take her back to the bartender, give a very, very brief explanation of what happened, but sparing a lot of details. Like just saying there was a vampire threat that was confirmed. We took care of it, but still stay vigilant. Call us if you have any issues, type of thing.
Okay. The second that you walk into the bar, you can find that there's like a light bit of music being played, and there's absolutely no sound of activity going on within the bar. It's here that you can see that some kind of outbreak happened, like a fight of some kind, just like you left it as. There was a fight that was breaking out, if you remember.
From the hooligans.
The hooligans, that's right. As you can see, all of the hooligans are completely knocked out and passed out. Some of them are bleeding from the ear. Some of them seem to have broken arms, but they're all passed out around the stage. As you can see that Scaly Waits is the only one there without an injury to him, playing his banjo with his thunder tusk at his side.
Did you cause this?
I'm just here to play my music. Not causing no harm.
He just sort of gives him a side glance, like, yeah, okay, I'm watching you.
But yeah, you give the brief explanation to the Mordakovs. And
yeah.
Anthrax, do you go in the building or do you wait outside?
Oh no, I'm absolutely going in the building. I'm not even particularly caring about being visible. I'm just casually walking in with Nova.
Okay.
Just exactly like I'm supposed to be there.
Loki has never been Anthrax's job, nor will it ever be.
Nope.
Yeah, you can see Erwin kind of like keeps looking past you, Nova, as you bring the bartender back, and whose name is Turner, and you can be like, thank goodness that the vampires have been slain, but Nova, you're being trailed by some kind of spiritual being, something that does not rest in the great beyond.
I'm right here, you know. You can, like, speak to me.
You came to my bar. I remember
Yes.
you.
Yes.
You came causing all that nonsense about Vecna, and then you never came back.
As far as you know.
I remember you never finished your tab, and you can see that he like goes to like get a
shit.
book out, and he goes, "I can remember you never cleaned up your tab."
Look, till death does my tab part, so let's call it even.
Doesn't pay the bills. So, you're going to owe us about the time, labor, let's say emotional damage, coming in. What are you even dressed in? You're horrendous. Let's say it's about 10 gold.
Anthrax was also a large part of this mission and helping us to save this girl and stop these kidnappings, to which we were hired to do for you.
I didn't hire him.
You hired the Nevermores.
And he is a part of the Nevermores.
He's a consultant.
So it's outsourced.
Yeah, so actually, let me get you a bill ready for our consulting fee. This would be an expense on our part. Or we can just call it even and that lives were saved and you don't know how to stop a bar brawl.
They deserved what they got. It's my bar. Don't tell me how to run my bar.
I don't see you
Then
paying
don't
our
tell
bill.
Also, where's Ismark?
Oh shit, did we not carry you?
You said you bring the girl back up, and Anthrax said he just follows.
Yeah, you specify. Look, I can't pick up Ismark. I can't pick up anything past 15 pounds.
Ismark is still investigating.
You know, that means you couldn't even carry Ismark's giant brass balls.
You just abandoned your boy in the abandoned well.
Band inception.
Okay, well, hopefully he comes back with more evidence and we can clear all of this up and know that none of this is going to happen again.
We can definitely guarantee that we have solved this specific incident, yes.
You see that Erwin looks kind of displeased, but is like, I'm glad she's back.
I don't want.
I'm glad Turner's back. But why the hell are you back? And he points over to Anthrax.
Because
Dead whenever you damn well please.
I have business.
Oh, well, you're not going to conduct it. You're not going to conduct it in my bar.
You can't tell me what to do. I'm dead.
So he begins to write something down and goes to the front door. You can see that he opens it up and slaps a piece of paper in it and drives a nail through it. It says, "No shirt, no service, no undead."
I can't believe you would do this to me.
And then he points at the page.
I'll make sure everyone hears about this. This is bullshit.
Yeah, you and all your ghost friends aren't welcome.
That's a slur.
And
We like to be
bottom
called
of
mortally challenged.
Undead also talked about vampires, because they're undead, and skeletons, and liches.
You wanna throw us all, just lump us all into one undead pile? People will hear about this.
Go on, conduct your business elsewhere. You can see that Erwin, like, wants to shoo out Anthrax.
Like, I can imagine he's just, like,
Oh,
chewing, like, through Anthrax's body, and
He
Anthrax
kinda
is
gets out
standing there.
like a straw broom, and begins to try to dust you away, like as if you will, like, also go away.
Yeah,
Nova gets in with Anthrax.
Sorry, what was that?
Gets in between him and the broom and walks out with Anthrax.
Okay. You walk
Alrighty then.
back into Valaki with Anthrax. You can see that the town is thriving, but the sun is beginning to go down. What would you and Anthrax like to do?
Nova gets Ismark out of the hole, and then they can talk.
Okay. You go down in the hole and you find Ismark exactly where he was, snoring on the dirty cobbled floor. As you grab him, and with 15 pounds of effort, Anthrax is able to help you lift him up out of the well.
Bless.
He is a whole 15 pounds lighter.
Tired and exhausted from basically lifting 75% of this man out of the hole by yourself. You're able to get Ismark kind of slouched on a table outside.
He's
of the
only
bar.
60 pounds.
Soaking
Oh,
wet.
Soaking wet 60 pounds. What is this man?
This man's basically a skeleton.
He's almost as undead as I am.
Did I not say 15%?
You said 75%.
She picked up 75% of his weight.
He lifted 15.
If I took a whole 25% and I can only handle 15, then he's like
60
fucking
pounds.
60 pounds. Yeah. He's a very malnourished boy.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing well lately. Yeah, he's been on traveling. He's been dealing with Nova.
Rude. Need to be dealt with, okay?
Nova's got him stressed.
He's stressing me out.
He's not even stress eating. He's just stressed.
Little bastard. Exhausted after lifting these bitches out of the hole. She's just gonna sit like outside of the hole and just turn to Anthrax and be like, it's nice to see you as not underage anymore, a small feminine child. So what brought you back?
Well, for one, I wasn't comfortable with that either. That was weird. Two, I've got a few reasons. How's the kid?
She's good. I'm keeping her under watch, which she's not a fan of, but you know, she's in that preteen era right now, so we're dealing. Nice change of subject. What are your reasons?
Hey, Nova, what's the name of your kid again? Mom of the year? Hold on. Let's hand this award out now.
Wait, what?
What's your kid's name?
Leti-
Wait, what? You broke up?
Sorry, try again.
It's Letitia, isn't it?
Great. Mom of the year definitely doesn't go to Nova. You guys can continue.
It's you know what? This will be even funnier. No, don't tell her what it is. I'll tell her what it is. Is Kite.
I'm
Wait
glad
up.
somebody remembers.
This will be even funnier.
I'm gonna write down Letitia though, which is wildly
Lena,
not correct. Letitia, I don't know where you've been lately,
Lena!
but you have not been with your kid during those preteen moments, and she
You
has changed her
motherfucker.
name on you. She wants to be called something else. Mama hasn't been there. Dad's missing.
Dad a long time ago.
Look, she's just trans Duragar. That's all.
Go on.
She also identifies as undead.
Duragar are the deep dwarves, the black ones.
Oh, I thought you said Draugr.
Oh no, Duragar.
Anyway. So, I only ask because, well, mine is dead. My son is dead. I found out I had a son about a month ago. And
Damn.
now he's dead. I mean, he's around. He's a ghost like me. But
Is he?
we ran into some issues. Found some more friends. And
Ran into some issues surrounding his death.
halfway there.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
He's a
Oh no.
Oh yeah, she's breaking up hard.
Don't
Are we
fail-
losing her?
Don't fail us now, Comcast.
I think we're losing it.
no.
Oh, hello.
Spectrum!
There we go.
There we go. It just has to be anger. Anger brings you bars.
So the issues that you ran into, are you trying? Your son is a ghost like you. Are you trying to bring him back to life? Are those the issues that you run into?
Kind of, yes. Also, apparently the gods are really petty, so, they're not exactly letting him pass on. He's not getting to heaven.
Do you want him to pass on? Or are you trying to bring him back to life?
Whichever one I can get. Besides that, have you been particularly bored?
Have I been what?
Bored? Like,
Have I been bored?
yes, no adventure, something fun, something killing, you know?
As if
Uh,
you just interrupted them killing vampires.
Yeah,
Something more
you were
killing.
just there. I'm working.
Look. Vampire spawn? That ain't shit. Okay? This is the low tier stuff at this point. Like, I'm talking possible multiverse level, god trying to, well, false god trying to destroy a whole nation. How about that? That sound any good to you?
Sounds like some magic shit. Have you found Kite?
Oh yeah. He,
Okay.
willingly joined.
Great.
And I also
Kite
found
will
the
definitely be able. Wait, New Hawk willingly came back?
Yes.
Healed him off of his mountain.
I gave him adventure.
Wow. I guess after Barovia, maybe the mountain just wasn't as appealing to him anymore. It's all he ever talked about, though, was getting back.
You know, being on a mountain, kind of boring. And, he wanted to stretch his legs. Let's just say that.
That's fair. I mean, Barovia is still pretty able, but you guys were there for me when I needed to find my daughter. I'm absolutely going to be there for you to help your kid. However I can.
Well,
I know.
that was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
And I'm gonna
So-
pull out the. Oh,
Yeah, so what next? So you just create portals now?
Ha! No, I'm not that good. Not yet, anyway.
and then I pull out the magical bracelet thingamathingy, and I say,
Okay.
Go ahead and put this on, and you'll be whisked away exactly where we're going.
She's gonna take it, but then she's gonna turn to Ismark and like wake him up.
You go to wake up Ismark, and you can see like consciousness barely grips this man. You can see that he's pale. You can see that he's maybe 57 pounds from all the blood loss.
"Oh Jesus!"
Nova, did we win?
Yep, we did. Do you remember the demon you freaked out about?
No.
Great. So, friends have come in town. The same friends that helped us save Berta that saved you. And they need my help again. So, I'm leaving Barovia to do in the next.
Okay. Don't forget to get the eggs.
God fucking damn you.
And you can see that he passes out again.
Like,
The rage is so
does
jank.
he
It's
have
so
like
funny.
some device? Does he have some sort of running device on him, like a paintbrush or some shit that I can use to leave him a note?
Does he have
a chunk of coal, perhaps?
Does he have a paintbrush? Well,
Say again?
He's part of your group. He would have like a notepad and stuff like that, and like a quill.
Great. She yanks out his quill and his notepad and just like explains, hey, I got bounced in Lumoria. Be in charge while I'm gone. She shouldn't be gone for too long. Hopefully will survive. Smiley face.
Okay. Oh my god, do you want to write something?
If you
Like, I put down under her note, just like, Anthrax was here, Strahd is a loser.
Yes. Fuck vampires.
Fuck vampires.
Look, you all have a ring that just says "fuck vampires" on it.
He doesn't have this ring.
I never got it. I was dead.
Got it.
Yeah, that's your fault.
This
You
one's
tried
that.
to give the ring to him, and it like fell through his hand.
He's a cashier.
Remember?
And he's got his forklift license, but he never got the ring.
Yeah, I got my forklift certification and everything, just no ring.
I've been working in this ghost warehouse doing ghost forklifting for too long.
She's gonna drag him back to the tavern and just like toss him inside.
You hear that Erwin yells out,
So
he's not undead, right? It says no undead.
She's just gonna smile and say, "Go fuck yourself, Erwin."
Someday I'll get my son to sue you.
The door closes as you can hear, like, I swear to God, if he turns into a fucking, as the door closes.
She takes a deep breath and says, "I'll see you soon, Lena," and puts the bracelet on her wrist.
Wow,
Yeet.
that's not your kid's name.
Yes, it fucking is.
Who's Lena?
Alex, all the love and affection in my heart for you as a friend and as a DM. Go fuck yourself.
I have it written down here as Letitia. Letitia?
What's the bracelet on?
I don't know. My memory serves me wrong sometimes, I guess.
It really does, though. All that rap.
Listen, you're the one who wrote Nova's backstory, not me.
Oh,
So do you sleep
listen,
on...
I
So do you sleep
listen.
on...
I wrote it down on your physical character sheet, which is in a box somewhere.
Do you take the
It's
bracelet, or
somewhere.
does Anthrax administer the snap bracelet?
Huh?
Like I handed it over.
Oh, you hand it
Yeah,
over.
he
Nova, you
and
have
just said, "Hey, put it on." So I put it on.
Okay, you put on the snap bracelet here, as you can. And how would you like Nova to disappear? You had you had New Hawk, who kind of dissolved. You had Kite, who just like popped out of existence. What would Nova like to do?
Oh man, I have to sit here and like come up with something.
I feel like this is like the power slide transitions.
Something like that, or like I don't know, like the whole like ninja smoke bomb, just.
Sure, she slaps it on. The ninja smoke bomb goes off, and you can see that Nova is gone out of existence.
Ah,
That wasn't too bad. Anytime now, I can leave.
Anthrax, you're here in Valaki as dark storm clouds begin to circle over it. Trickling rain gains weight as it becomes heavy. Rainfall casts all the people back inside their homes. All fires that light around the town make it go dim and go dark. The falling sun against the skyline gets covered by the blackness from the rain and the clouds here. You are here in the center of town before a small flame, even against the rain, appears to you right in front of you. 4 clouds of smoke as 4 children with masks on surround you. One with a witch's mask, one with a wolf mask, one with the vampire mask, and one with the gypsy mask. They surround
Oh
you.
shit.
Hi. So what do I owe this pleasure?
You know that Corona's super pissed.
What did I do?
Like super pissed. You were supposed to protect Todd. You were supposed to protect Todd. Todd is dead. Yes, Todd is dead. He's go to the great beyond.
I don't think even you guys could stop a meteor.
We could stop a meteor.
Yeah, well, maybe if you gave me your power, I could have done that too. But
You
no.
can't even take care of one child. We take care of a full realm. Together in the great beyond. We gave you second life, Anthrax. Corona's really pissed.
Look, how do I fix it?
This is it. Traveling the ether, going to the grave beyond. This was it. This was your redemption. This is the end of the line, Anthrax. You see the spirits.
A meteor is not my fault.
You see that the shrouds of black, as the kids turn into smoke, as it almost becomes like this tornado around you. You find yourself in this black dome. You find yourself in like the ether itself. You find yourself in this black mythical space with a little girl who sits on a podium with 2 torches lit by large fire beside her. Corona, almost like a judge, sits before you.
Hi.
She nods. The 4 children appear. Now, we don't usually do this, but we need to put an end to your spirit, Anthrax. This is the end. Todd
Oh,
will take
you
over.
guys can fuck off.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it didn't pan out. But you did have one last thing for us to do, was go and get your friends. This was it. You did it.
I don't believe you.
That's fine. You don't have to believe us. We're just thankful. We're thanking you for what you did for Corona, making her the new Dark One for Barovia. You've been doing a pretty good job, not kind of taking over like a tyrant. But I'm sorry, Anthrax. This is the end. Todd will go on. I'm sure that he will find peace in being dead.
Nah. My story's way too fun to end like this.
Oh, I think that's where you're wrong, Anthrax. I'm sorry.
Nah. Nope. Nah.
You see that the 4 children become the clouds of darkness as they begin to surround you. I'd like to go back to Todd's spirit, where Todd is just kind of out of that vortex, and he's kind of back to where his body was.
So, like, is anyone else here, or
It's pretty quiet
is
at
it
the
just
moment.
Tarku?
Nope, it's just Todd, and you can see that you're back within the ward. You can find yourself over top of your dead body on the bed with the sheet over top of you, only having your head exposed, also surrounded by like that white privacy cloth on the rungs and the rings. You can hear like there's a little bit of foot traffic kind of going on behind the sheets here, but nothing too crazy. There's no Anthrax with you. There's nothing going on. Because you are dead, there is no bond between you.
What the fuck? Like, I'm looking at my body and I'm just like, it can't end like that, right? Just, oh hey, your dad was an asshole, so you don't get shit when you die. So I'm just stuck here, staring at your ugly mug? I mean, for me, what the fuck? Where the hell's dad?
You're here.
Shit.
You're here kind of pondering the idea. Pondering past the idea of death. Where your father has kind of gone to. You were there seeing those visions with him. But now it's like there's like a rift. There's a split between you. That bond seems to be gone. You kind of look over your own ugly mug, like you said, and you're displeased at this afterlife. It's not something I guess Todd is either enjoying or even was aiming towards, like his father kind of accepted and was enjoying.
Nope, not even a little.
It's not before the fact that there's a ruckus. You can see that the large sheet kind of gets pulled back here real quick. And you
What?
can see there's a doctor. Evan, you would have known the doctor here. But it was the Dr. Murph. That was the one who struck you with the needle and brought you back to life. Todd, you don't know this individual, and you are not noticed as a spirit. It doesn't seem like you can be noticed by other individuals here, but you can see that one of the the guard, Philip, has his rifle right up to their head, and he goes, "I'm sick of looking after this thing. I'm sick of looking after the ward. I should be on the mission out to Gravehurst. I should be out with them. This needs to end. Inject him. Just do it." And she goes, I can't just put this much into him. He'll become an apocryphal. I don't care. I will clean that up. You can see that she takes this giant chunk of corium, and her shaken hand puts it into the vial and activates it. As you can see that this is a huge serum of this corium injection. Now go on.
What?
Do your work. Inject him, infect him, and make him change. I do not need to look after the ward anymore. I need to go to Gravehurst. You can see that she kind of shakes, and he goes, fuck this. You can see that he pulls the trigger and shoots the doctor through the head. You can see that the blood rings all over the room. You can see that she kind of drops dead. I'll blame it on you. I'll blame all of this on you. I need to be out there. I saw your friend leave here. I saw your friend Evan disrespect the marksman. Now you will die. You see that he takes the vial and climbs over top of you. You can see he takes the syringe part and jams it through the cloth over top of you, straight into your chest, and presses it down.
Oh.
Yeah.
The large injection goes straight into your body. You can almost feel your entire body begin to singe and burn from the inside. You can feel that your spirit wraps back into the body here.
Oh shit! Ow, that fucking hurts! Oh shit! Oh, you motherfucker! Okay, let's fucking go! Let's fucking go!
But it's here that where you had that numb feeling of your one arm not being attached, you can feel all of that pulsating energy. You've seen how that the veins pop out in that purple and green across your arms and up through like your neck and through like the sides of your face and your cheeks, and even the veins in your eyes begin to change into that color before all of that color gets sucked down towards your one shoulder. As you get up from the bed here, Todd, you have a fully mechanical arm.
Uh-huh.
You can see that all of the energy from the corium runs into the arm and gets activated.
Oh.
Anthrax
Bionics.
now gets his rebond back and reappears back in the room.
Hey, bitch, you son of a... Oh, shit, where am I? Oh, shit. Oh, what's going on? Who the fuck are you?
You can see that the marksman pulls the rifle up. How did you not change? You should have changed into an apocryphal. You can see that your arm, lights up. It's almost like this just big old mechanical arm, but it lights up with purple and green.
Can I do anything with it?
You can see that the marksman, Philip, holds the weapon up and is going to fire at you. I need you to roll initiative as level 10 Todd for me now. You're no longer Anthrax.
Okay, fuck. A 9.
I'll give you a moment. Oh, do you have that character sheet already?
Yeah, I had both of them.
So, the mechanical arm is the same idea as Evan's weapon, but you can make melee attacks with it.
Okay, so it
can cast cantrips as a melee attack through the arm.
Uh-huh.
But you need to be all ranged attacks become melee attacks. So you're punching or slapping or whatever flavor you want to use with it. And you get to add an additional D8 damage if you do it with the arm.
Sweet. If it's a melee attack, are we talking a regular or melee spell attack?
So you're going to be able to use your spell attack modifier instead of making the melee.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Exactly, yeah. Where Evan is able to shoot as a cantrip with a gun and still use his intelligence modifier, you're going to still be able to punch with your charisma, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're going to be able to... It's silly to say, but you can punch with charisma and use that to cast your cantrip.
What an attractive punch!
Yeah, one after another.
Punch.
Does it count as a melee attack or does it still count as a spell attack?
Well,
So only cantrips work through the arm.
Okay, great, yes, but does it count as a spell attack or a melee attack? Like, does it count as me using an attack action or using a spell? Is what I'm trying to say.
It only
He has
casts.
features that trigger on a spell.
It only casts cantrips, though.
Yes. Anyway, so, yeah, my initiative was 9. I think I understand this.
Okay.
So it's any of these spells plus an extra D8 of whatever
It's
it
not a
was.
spell,
Yes.
It's a cantrip.
Yes, on cantrip. Yes, whatever cantrip damage plus a D8 on top.
Yes, but you have to be within range, at melee range, to use the arm.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So for the amount that should have killed you and turned you, the arm activated and you have come to life.
Mm-hmm. What's up, motherfucker? I saw what you did. And I'm absolutely gonna hop out of bed. This motherfucker's getting it. He's fucking getting it.
You hop out of bed and you have like one of those like long operation aprons on.
Just hop out looking like motherfucking Mila Jovovich in Resident Evil or some shit.
Like you broke out of a psych ward, more like.
Yeah.
You hop out of bed, cheeks flapping in the breeze.
Yeah. Cheeks and balls.
It's a little cold in that room, I'd imagine. His balls wouldn't be flapping too hard.
It's a little chilly. So, did he go first in the initiative, or did I go?
I'm trying to find their stat sheet.
I feel like you should have had
delaying.
this ready.
Hey, Will.
Yes.
While he's delaying, what does Todd look like now?
Well, he's been out for a month, correct?
Yeah. Or longer.
So,
Actually longer. Yeah, it's longer.
his hair's definitely grown out a bit. And, shit, I'm probably a little bit on the lankier side now, or whatever. And definitely covered in all kinds of scars. Like, I'm not looking great.
Practically
Probably.
Frankenstein.
Just a little Frankenstein-y. Not too much, just a little bit. About as much as you'd expect from a dude who took a meteor to the chest. But, yeah, definitely not nice.
Like, I have all the stat sheets right here, and I can't. Like, Rattling Mage, Mutant Rats, Rattlings, Pig Mutations, Lord of Hunger. Victor Grimwatch. Like, where's my hunter? And where's the marksman? Because I had it. They can make 3 shots around.
Ugh.
Okay, we'll be okay. Sorry about this.
He's gonna die no matter what. It's just
It's not a no matter what. He can fight back. Evan, it's in this moment that you were outside talking with Cassandra about the Moonchild as you saw all of like this vorpal mist that was purple and green, and she said that time stands still when you're in there and how you guys are going to have to use some of the serum at some points in emergency situations. It was then before you heard like the gunshots that go off back at the ward here. I'm going to roll his initiative now. He got an 18 plus 6 on the dice. So he's definitely going first with a 24. You can see that the marksman goes first. You can see that he's there, and he's going to take 3 shots at you, Todd.
Uh-huh.
bang, bang, bang.
Okay, so 23, a
Hits.
16,
Hits.
and wow, that one's even better than the first one. A 27?
Hits.
Okay. 7, 4, that's 11, plus 9. You take 22 points of damage?
What kind of damage?
I guess it's bludgeoning from the gun.
Okay.
Like, that's what Todd takes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah!
Yeah.
Being alive hurts, but I can deal with it.
Yeah, you take 2 shots real quick, as you can see that he kind of like cocks his gun back, and he goes, "I will put you down." Todd.
Oh, we'll
it
see
is
about
your
that
turn.
one. Alrighty. One quick last question. Does my arm count as a spell focus?
Yes.
Like, I know I can't get the weird bonus, but it does?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Perfect.
It's totally attached to you. It's like it's got mechanisms within it to help with spell casting and stuff. It's an all-in-one, baby.
Alrighty. Absolutely perfect. I'm gonna go ahead, get up into his face, and punch him square in the fucking jaw with Mind Sliver.
Oh boy.
So plus 9 to hit, nat 20. Holy shit.
Is that a spell?
Yes, Mind Sliver is a cantrip.
Okay.
So double damage. So
And then you
4d6.
and you get to double the d8s.
Oh, would he still have to make his save, or does it just bypass the save? I guess.
No, he always
I guess it would bypass the save
you
then.
always get to make the save.
Int 17 up.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Fails.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4d6 plus 2d8.
Yep.
Of psychic damage.
Mhm.
Roll. 13 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And he has to subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
Okay.
And I'm going to blow some sorcery points to quicken cast a spell. And that spell is Rolathim's Psychic Lance. So it save 17 up.
Did that verifyingly get verified as an actual spell?
Yes,
God damn it.
it is. It is in the dragon book.
Is it? Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
It got nerfed slightly from
Yeah.
12d6 to 7d6,
Okay.
but it still gives the incapped condition.
Okay.
Yeah. So 17 up. Don't forget to minus the d4.
Is it what kind of saving throw is it?
Int save.
Okay. He got 17 exactly. But a
Minus?
-3.
Okay, perfect. So that's 76 psychic damage. And that'll be 29 extra damage on top of it.
Yeah.
Like,
There it is.
like he goes in, pops him real quick in the fucking jaw with the with the mecha arm, and then is just all like, "You're not going anywhere. The only place you're going to is a fucking grave.
That's what Todd says?
You're going into my grave."
That's what Todd says?
Yeah.
He's been spending
That's-
too much time with Anthrax.
Look, he's been through some shit.
Look, he had to watch his parents fuck, so
Mhm.
that would instill the rage within anybody.
Oh, we could have gone to a descriptive.
Please don't.
I don't think anybody needed that.
But is he stunned?
It went just a little too far.
Is he stunned? Does he get the stunned condition as well?
He gets
No.
the incapped condition.
Yeah.
The which
So he can't make attacks or opportunity attacks.
But he can still move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can see that for his turn, he is going to disengage. And then he's going to run out the door. And it's here.
Don't you run from me!
You can see that he runs out the door and bursts the
How-
door open. Evan, it's
How-
that moment that you see the door bursts open as you see that there is a marksman who is severely injured, and you can hear him yelling out, "An apocryphal has come from in our town, within the ward. Prepare your weapons." As you can see, Evan, around the perimeter, where people are looking to the outsides of the walls, you can see at least 14 guards turn their guns inwards and point towards the ward as Philip the guard runs out.
Is this like a normal thing that occurs? Because this doesn't seem normal.
Well, I guess somebody woke up and got the administered dose and weren't able to handle it. An apocryphal is a turned human. We need to
A
watch.
turned human?
Yes. Remember those visions that you said that you lightly had? It's when the
I would like to
visions
believe I
take
didn't.
over. You didn't tell her?
I said I'd like to believe I didn't.
Oh. It's when people can't handle them. And the visions become more real.
Okay, so does that mean somebody's up? Who was that? Who could that be?
I guess we'll find out once they come through that door.
Get back here!
Todd, what would you like to do?
Like,
I'm actually readying my rifle.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like angry speed walking my way out.
Okay, you angry speed walk your way out of the building. As you can see that you could see that it's Todd who has like the white gown on. Philip turns as he's like out in the courtyard and says, "Fire!" As you can hear that 14 rounds go off.
Oh shit!
Wait.
It's like, do I recognize that was Todd from there?
Yeah, probably.
Like, how far away am I actually?
You are up on like the outskirts, kind of like the outer perimeter of the like castle walls. You were like up on the castle walls pretty much, walking around the perimeter to be able to see over the edge. So there's a 27 hit.
Yeah.
Does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Does a 24 hit?
Yeah.
Does an 18 hit?
Look, just roll your fucking damage.
Another 18 hit. That one misses. And that one misses.
It's like the only two that were below 10. Yeah, those miss.
Look, well, this is absolutely on you for not sending something in front of you.
Look, my boy's Angie.
that's fair.
So you get shot 5 times.
Uh-huh.
First one's 13. Next one's 10. Next one's 7. Next one's 9. Next one's 13.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
Okay, you just get swatted.
Yeah.
Like you walk out and you get SWAT. Like you got hit by SWAT.
That's
Yeah, I'm
SWAT.
taking death saves now. Like, I walk out, just like, about to murder this man, and immediately just get gunned down. And then Anthrax comes out, and he's just all like, hold on.
Oh, what the fuck, you guys? What the fuck?
So Evan, you had your weapon up.
Fix this man!
Yeah.
Real quick, just fix this man, please. Fix my son. And then...
Doesn't Anthrax go down when Todd goes down?
Only if he dies.
Yeah, only if Todd dies.
Okay, so he's just been gunned down. Okay.
So
Yeah, so Anthrax is gonna finish the job, by the way.
I'm actually going to just jump the fuck off the wall.
It's like
Right.
It's like 40 feet.
Oh, okay. I cast fly.
You got it. So you fly off the wall.
Yeah, I fly off the wall and just jump down as quickly as I can. And it's like, whoa, hey, this is Todd. Let me see if I can help him. I just kind of pull out the new and improved duct tapes, whatever you want to call it, or the dispenser. That's it. That's the word I couldn't figure out.
Okay.
I just start wrapping anything that's like looks like bullet wounds after like I don't know, kind of pulling like what I can to try and get it out. I don't know if this is gonna work. Just cover it up anyway. Just bandage it. It'll be fine. And then cast Cure Wounds.
You got it. You're doing all this. You can cast Cure Wounds, and you can roll the dice for it. It's here that Philip, the guard that you knew, comes up to you, though, and he goes, he attacked me. He turned. We had to kill the doctor inside. You don't understand. Murph is dead because of him.
Do I believe him?
You son of a bitch.
Do you want to give me a deception check?
I can
No,
roll an
he
insight
makes the
against his-
deception check.
Yeah, the liar makes the deception check.
Don't worry, unless he rolls in that one, I got shit. I rolled a 7 for insight.
Oh. Yeah,
Flash of genius.
Wait, I can do that now.
you can do
Yep.
that.
And I will do that now.
How much does it add?
5.
So you got
So
up to
13 still.
13?
Yeah.
I got
So
a
13
12, my
total.
man.
Whoop.
You can tell that it probably didn't pan out that way.
It's like I need to hear the whole story first. And that includes this man's side. And I just stare at him. It's like I know this man for a little while now. And I don't think he would do something.
But
I know this man for a little while now.
To be fair, Todd has never murdered anybody in cold blood.
But he did tell me he punched somebody out of a back of a carriage and caused them to like pretty much be in the death woods or something without care. So then I just like see how I do as far as trying to get this man back up.
Okay. So how much does he recover?
That would be 10 hit points.
Okay. So Todd, you come back
And
to
what's
life.
a 10 hit?
As you can see that there is still, like, you can recognize that you're in Ripvale, but it looks radically different. That, like, the placement of buildings are still the same, but much of the town is very different. And you can see that there's people standing up on the sides of the walls, all pointing these guns at you.
Does Todd still have the syringe like deep in his chest?
No.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Would you like it to be?
I'll up to Todd.
Well,
Go ahead, leave it in there. I don't give a fuck.
I'm just
Coming
looking at
out
it
anyway.
like well, there's the reason why I'm gonna pull the syringe out and pocket that shit if it was.
Okay, it's all gone. The serum is all gone.
That's fine.
Okay, so now you have two of these syringes.
I'm just looking at him. Todd, are you up?
I'm good. The fuck hit me?
Calm down now. This man says you attacked him. I'm sure that was justified as I stare at him.
You did
That
attack
dude,
us.
I wave for Evan to get closer,
I'm like, yeah?
and I whisper to him, that man shot the 2 doctors, and he tried to kill me.
Ah.
He wants to get to wherever the fuck that other place was. I didn't bother remembering where he wanted to go.
Shot a lot is
Was it Wolfvale or some shit? Wolf something.
How wounded
Turd
is the other
burglar.
Burglar.
he's wounded, but
On-
the 14 other are not.
Okay. Still. My hold up. I'm pretty sure something's going on here that we don't got the full story on, guys. You can just put your guns down. Everything's calmed down. He's clearly not a savage beast. Are you?
No.
Yeah, yep. See, he's coherent thoughts. You, on the other hand,
They all do.
isn't that the guy that was meeting me on the inside? That I saw on the inside.
Yes, it was Philip, the guard on the inside.
Yeah, it's like you.
Do
On the
I
other
know
hand,
his name?
I don't fully know. What's going on here? I'm sure he didn't just attack you.
I'm just doing my job.
And your job is?
making sure that no crazies get out, spill out.
You're the
kill
crazy.
anybody. Making sure that nobody spills out and kills anybody out here.
He says, there are 2 dead doctors in the lab that were shot. And the only one I see with a gun here is you.
Yeah. Yeah, he leaped at me. I misfired, but I made sure to shoot him. Keep him
Your
down.
marksman people suck if they can get their gun taken from them.
Taken from me. He just got up close and personal and hit me. Tried to fire. They kind of got in the way. Something that happens. Doctors take risks.
Oh, so instead of taking out the bad guy, you shot both doctors. That your guys still suck. He's not the bright example here, is he?
Incompetence.
You can see that he kind of straps his rifle back on his shoulder and begins to walk away. It's Cassandra that comes down to you, Evan, and comes over.
Wait, what's his name?
Philip?
No,
I'm
I
gonna
need
cast
someone in
Web
character to give me his name.
I'm going to cast Web. I don't know if I know his name. I don't remember if he told
Fuck.
me.
His name was Philip.
Yeah, but is that because
Yeah,
you're
but
telling me, or is that because he told me?
You knew that back when you were being escorted through because you asked, what's that guy's name when you first left with Cassandra? You're like, what's that guard's deal? And his name was Philip.
Hey, Fry?
Philip, where are you going? We're not done here.
Yeah, we are. Your friend's not an apocryphal. And
And you killed 2 doctors
it's a cat.
fighting a
He's a
non-apocryphal.
Someone best handcuff him. He's a murderer.
It's something
I'm going to
else.
cast Web on him.
You're going to go to cast a spell as you see all the rifles kind of come back up.
Yep. And I still do it.
Non-lethal. He's non-lethaling.
And so you cast the spell. Does he doesn't make a saving throw now, right?
Right. On his turn, if he tries to leave the area, then he just got to try and make a saving throw against my spell DC.
Okay. You can see that I
He,
kind of...
he would probably make it.
Okay. He gets gripped by his feet and he goes... Cassandra comes down and talks to you, Evan and Todd. Todd, are you doing all right? Are you feeling okay?
Seems all right to me.
I drag myself up to my feet.
Did you see anything?
I saw him murder 2 doctors.
Okay.
They were trying to work on me. He shot them in the head
Did you see?
and stuck that needle in me.
Yes. When you got injected, did you see anything?
Like, I don't know who this bitch is, so I'm gonna completely ignore that question.
You've met Cassandra before.
And
Yeah.
Cassandra was from New Mundarek. She fought in the battle.
yeah, no, completely still distrusting.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna ignore her question.
Cassandra, are you so damn cold you don't care about 2 of your subordinates being killed?
No, I think you're right. I think we will have to discipline Philip. I think there will be. I think you will be discharged, especially from Ripvale.
Hey, Philip! That's your name, right? Philip? Hey!
What?
Tell the truth. Make the save.
Suggestion?
I'm casting suggestion. That is a whiz save 17 up.
With the minus D4?
No, not this time. I would need to hit him with Mind Sliver again for that one. So, just 17 up.
How's a 3 sound?
Oh!
Tell them what you did.
I should have been casted to go to Gravehurst.
Tell them what you did.
I'm getting there. I
don't care.
I should have been casted to go to Gravehurst. I'm not here to look after the ward. Yeah, maybe Murph did die. Maybe I did kill Murph because they were too slow with administering the medicine. Maybe they deserved it. Maybe they weren't following our orders. And we're the ones in charge, aren't we? Not the doctors. You can see that all the other marksmen like draw their weapons down.
And you
Well-
guys suck.
So you admit to
Yeah,
killing
these guys really do suck.
It's because they won't kill any of their own kind. You gotta understand something like that. You can see
Okay.
Cassandra's like, so you admit that you killed them in cold blood when they didn't need to die. As he nods his head with suggestion still going on.
8 hours.
Yeah, and what did you do to me?
I struck you with the largest vial I could find. You were supposed to change. You were supposed to become one of them. The Apocryphal. But no. Something was different. That I didn't know that they had finished putting that arm on you.
It's a nice arm, though. Ain't that right?
Looks hideous, man.
Absolutely it does. I'm never gonna sleep right with this thing.
You can see that Cassandra kind of like Cassandra's not, she's a part of the Skybreakers. She's not even a part of like these people.
What do you mean by these people?
Yeah.
Cassandra, so what does discipline mean for someone like him?
It means being exiled out of his group, which certainly means death out in the wild.
I don't know. That's not a guarantee.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
no, that's not a guarantee at all.
being out on your own in the wild here. Probably picked apart every bit of your flesh by ratlings.
Wow, they can't even fucking kill ratlings?
Wow, you guys absolutely fucking suck.
Like
It's not
those
just-
ratlings practically kill themselves half the time. I don't see what the problem is.
Well, when you run into a pack, that's when you get a bit more of a problem.
Just use bigger weapons, bigger grenades, bigger bombs. I mean, that's what I do.
Basic math.
Yeah. She
Can I have his gun?
Philip hands the gun over to Cassandra, who hands it over to another marksman.
Oh,
As you can
bitch.
see that he gets exiled from the town here. Philip kind of like.
Oh. So wait, hold on. As like we get to watch him leave, right?
He begins to leave here.
As
begins to
he's
walk
walking away,
Mhm.
as he's walking away, I want to subtle cast psychic glance at him again. just subtle cast it so no one knows that I did anything.
Do I do a saving throw?
What? Yeah, 17 up.
And he gets disadvantaged because he didn't see you cast it.
No, that's not
No.
really true.
Not really, unless you want it to.
Isn't that how the rule works? If you can't see
Nope.
someone casting, oh okay.
No, not really.
Okay, so how much was the save?
17 up.
Yeah, he saved. Dirty 20.
He still takes half of it.
Okay. He's got
20
20 hit points left.
Damn it. He takes 11 hit points of psychic damage out of nowhere as he's walking away. Just
Yeah, you can see that he like kind of grips his head and turns to the side. You can see when he does this, he reaches down into his boot, pulls down a small firearm, and shoots himself through the head once he leaves. Once he leaves Ripvale.
Oh, weird.
wow.
Wow. Well,
Okay.
I guess you just go outside and go mad and just die. I see what they mean now.
No,
I'm not going out there
The
anytime
marksmen
soon.
are true to their group. Exile.
No, they're not.
Exile.
We clearly know they're not. He's a dirty fucking liar.
Yeah,
Don't give me
yeah.
that true to their fucking group bullshit.
I mean, they didn't kill him. He killed himself. I give him that. But that also means one bad apple does more than just spoil the bunch.
Mm-hmm. Can I get some clothes? Where's the bathroom?
Oh, I thought you wore that by choice.
I mean, I wasn't gonna let him just get away.
Well, Todd.
Yeah,
we're-
I don't usually hang out, balls in the breeze here.
Todd, just like your friend Evan here, we have all of your things kind of stashed away. They're just out in the barracks. If you'd like to come with me.
I wouldn't like to come with you, but I will for my clothes.
She kind of like.
Wait,
looks at
you're making this man walk through town like that?
Yeah, really? Like, you're not even gonna give me a pair of pants?
She doesn't have any pants on her. You have to
Just
get-
baloney mountain breeze?
Yeah.
You know who has pants? That dead guy over there.
He's outside the town.
So you're not gonna send one guy out there to grab me a pair of pants?
They're tainted. You don't like it.
Yeah, fine. Fine, I guess. Let's just raw sausage this, I guess.
Perfect.
With enough for I cast invisibility on you.
Okay, even better.
You cast invisibility. You see that Cassandra looks at you and goes, Evan, you and your friend
Yeah?
here really favor magic, but I'd like to tell you, where I come from in New Mundrick, you're going to have to watch yourself with your magic.
What magic?
The use of magic is banned in New Mundrick.
But and I'm just like the rifle. It's so magical.
But the use of it is going to be... When you come to
So-
You can have it, but you can't use it.
when you come to New Mundrick, which is a different town.
Oh, sorry, that we're in Ripvale.
Yeah.
That's right. In New Mundrick, why wouldn't they want magic in New Mundrick?
The reason they don't want magic, and they want magic banned in New Mundrick, is because of the Moonchild. The things that the Moonchild can do with magic breaks all boundaries that we know of magic altogether. And it's here, as you guys begin to walk away, we are going to go back to somebody like Kite. Let's go back to Kite.
Oh fuck, hold up. Shit. Balls.
Nah.
I was sitting here painting. I was working on my backlog. Shit, let me come across the room. Okay.
Nothing sounded
You
like it
know.
fell over. But Kite, as you pop back into existence, you can find yourself in this town, which is bustling with kids, people of all different races. You can see that you're in this fine shopping district. You can see that there's fine vegetables and jewelry on one side, and you can see that people are trying to sell books and other recipes and stuff like that on another. As you kind of can hear the sense of community, and you can hear laughter. You can hear that there's gossip and talk. You're in a thriving village. You don't know where you are. You don't quite exactly understand how you got here. But you know that you're here now. You can see that.
I'm kind of like looking around at all the people, and I like take the wristband thing off and throw it on the ground. I'm like, okay, Anthrax, where the fuck did you take me? Anthrax. Ah, son of a bitch. Hello! Does anyone speak common? Or another language that I speak?
You can see
Hola! ¿Cómo está? ¿Está bien?
You can see that other kids are kind of like running past you quickly, as if they're kind of playing some kind of strange tag kind of game. You can see that other people aren't really communicating with you, or choosing not to listen to you for some reason at all. But you can see that there's like dwarvish people. You can see that there's half orcs and humans and elves, all kind of intermingling and buying and selling and doing trade here.
I'm literally just gonna walk up to the nearest throng of people.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Gonna walk up to them and tap somebody on the shoulder.
You go to tap somebody on the shoulder, as you can see that your finger goes through the shoulder. You can see that you can hear them. You can see them. But as you go through, you can see that part of the shoulder almost goes into like a cloudy mist.
I'm gonna stab that ghost. I'm gonna find a way to stab a ghost. I like wave in front of somebody's face.
You can see as you wave, as the wind pattern from your hand moving kind of like blurs and like distorts their face as it turns to smoke.
And then I'm just gonna walk right through them.
You can walk right through them as they turn into like a cloud of smoke that goes around you.
Going to go and try and find a street sign.
Okay.
Or like any identifying mark to try and find my way.
Okay.
To
give me an investigation check.
Okay, this is something I'm really good at. +9. 16 plus 9 is 27.
27's really good. It's here that you pass by a small alleyway, and you can see within the alleyway here is a rugged old man with strainy, long white hair. You can see his eyes have almost been picked out of his head by what seems to be his own hands. You can see he turns towards you, and he points. You can see that you look at him, and you look past yourself, and kind of look over. You look for a street sign, but you can see one little marquee plastered in wood hanging from a building, rocking side to side. All the sounds in the town go gentle and then quiet. The only sound is the hanging of the creaking chain as it says, Tarku's tea time.
Oh, you are fucking joking. Okay, let's go see the Fey Lord here. And Kite's gonna walk towards Tarku's tea time. And then try to open the door. Just very slowly he reaches for it. Kind of, sort of hoping that it's not physical.
the door is totally physical, and so is the brass handle.
And it's just gonna suck. And I open the door without knocking.
A little chime goes off, and you can hear like one of those like cuckoo birds kind of go off as you go to enter inside the building. Again, coming across Nova. After smoke bombing your way out of Barovia, you find yourself in the same charming kind of town, but you find yourself in the middle of town. You find yourself at a town square that is shaped in a circle. You can see that there's a bit of a podium, and you can see that people are gathering, and you can see that it is almost like some kind of festival going on where people have large decorative flowers. People have laid out like carpets along the stairway, and it's put on like a brilliant show that's going on. So as you go from Barovia and kind of appear in this middle of nowhere.
Are there any? So there's a lot of flowers. It's a very nice town. Are there any people? Is she like outside of the town? Is she in a market? Like,
you look like you're in the town square that's shaped like a circle, but you're just outside of the market here. You can see that there is people. There's all of the different races. You can hear that the people are talking. You can see that kids are running by and playing games.
she sort of gives a soft smile as she sees like so much light and joy that she probably hasn't seen in a long time, but also looks around for Anthrax.
Always looking around for a culprit. You don't find Anthrax?
Well, like we were supposed to, she was under the impression that they were supposed to poof here together. Like, they were poofing bracelets, were they not?
They were.
There were.
And also, Anthrax was expecting that too.
You done poof, but Anthrax is not there.
Well, he didn't give her a whole lot of clues as to where she was supposed to go. So I guess she's just gonna start looking around for somebody who looks suspicious, or somebody who looks like that obvious I'm in a cloak, don't notice me type of person. Or at least, well, she said that he said that he found Kite and Newhawk, so she's gonna look for them.
Okay. You begin to walk around kind of keeping your wits about you. You're looking for something that's suspicious, but you also have a goal in mind. You try to find your friends, find old allies, and try to recognize faces that you haven't seen in a little while. It's here that you're walking through town before you see a couple of bugbears. You see them kind of causing a little bit of ruckus at a stand. You can see that they're kind of picking through some of the fruit and trying it and putting it back and having a laugh at it. You can see the vendor there is kind of upset. You can see that they're getting a bit verbal with them.
And they took some fruit? That's the issue?
Like they took a bite of like a couple pieces of fruit and just put it back.
And these are kids?
They're bugbears.
Oh, well, I don't know what a bugbear looks like. Is it like an adult bugbear?
Yes.
It's like a big hairy guy. It's like a Sasquatch. Except uglier.
She's just gonna give a couple of coins to the fruit vendor.
You go to drop off coins at the table here, is you see that your coins fall straight through the table. The vendor doesn't recognize you or give any kind of recognition to what you tried to do.
Oh, shit, I'm in the Matrix. Okay.
Yeah.
She's gonna kind of raise a hand in front of his face and see if
Whoa.
he notices her.
Nova turned to Neo. She's getting the
Elvis and
training.
Martek, the Trinity.
She's getting the training scat pack.
Where's Morbius?
I know kung fu.
So you try to wave your hand in front of the face as you see that it kind of dissipates in a cloud of smoke.
Okay. Cool. Just sort of look around. Let's see. Does she have detect magic? Let's see.
Cough, cough. Divine sense. Cough, cough.
Oh yeah, divine sense.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
What does that do?
It's not a. It lets me.
This is energy.
It lets her sense whether there are.
Can sense anything
Things.
affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
Is it celestial
That'll work.
or comma fiend?
Yeah.
Celestial, comma, fiend,
Okay.
comma, undead, comma.
Okay. Seems like some kind of celestial being is within the shopping district for sure.
It says I know the location.
Yep.
Within 60 feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your senses
So I
guide you through the shopping district.
cool. I beeline towards it.
You beeline
As that is
towards
the only clue I have.
It is here that you see that there's two girls who run through the streets here. You can see that they have braided hair. You can see that they're young. And you could tell just they have so much similarities between one another that they seem to be like sisters. One of them trips quickly and their hand kind of like stops themselves from falling here. But you can see that they go to fall and what scatters out of their hand is an arrow tip. I don't know if
I pick up the arrow tip.
you go to touch the arrow tip as it kind of mists like a fog mist. You can see the girl runs up and grabs it quickly and continues on.
When she goes to grab it, can I like grab her?
Wow, that's forceful. You try
Like grab her shoulder, not like a creep.
You can help me.
That's still kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Everything's turning misty.
Just a little bit.
You go to
Yeah,
grab
but
it.
she's female, so it's okay.
Don't
Yeah.
want to grab her in a creepy way.
Still-
Just want to
No,
grab
girls.
her.
It's
Here.
still called abduction. Doesn't matter if you're female.
I'm not taking her anywhere. I'm just touching.
Like I grab her. So you
Oh
go-
my.
That's worse.
You go to grab her as
Could have phrased that better.
It's so much better. You go to grab her as your hand goes right through her shoulder as she runs right through you and turns to mist.
And she's the celestial that I can sense?
No, it was kind of on the way.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going to say. Fuse. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, great. Red herring, creepy shining children. Okay, gonna continue going towards the celestial then.
It is here that you can see that there is a door that is swinging closed. You can hear all of the chatter of the town begins to stop. You can hear the sound of a subtle little sign swinging back and forth with the creaky chain as it says Tarku's tea time. You can see as a door closes behind someone as they entered into the building. You can feel your senses ringing from the building.
So this whole time you've been a celestial?
You're not talking to anyone. You're out on the street.
You're talking to yourself.
Oh, she's just yelling. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying she was inside of where it said Tarku's tea time. Okay, she goes inside, immediately recognizing the name. She goes inside of Tarku's tea time.
You go to open the door, and you can see that the brass handle, you can grab it and turn it and go to open it. As you go inside, we come to our favorite dissolving turtle creature.
Mountain turtle.
Our favorite
Turtle.
dissolving mountain turtle. Newhawk, you find yourself in the same town, but you find yourself outside of a building that you can see towards, to the north of you is Town Square, and to the east of that is the shopping district. Where you find yourself is at a building with a set of wooden stairs that go downwards. You can see that there's a couple of bugbears that are up on the stairs. They're having a couple of drinks together. You're on the outside of the building, but you can hear the laughter and chatter that goes on within there. These guys seem to be having like a good time on their own here, but you can hear that there's lots of like music is starting to be played in the town square. You can hear that there's lots of chatter and stuff and trade going on within the shopping district.
Where is he? I need to kill him.
She goes over and slaps New Hawk on the back of his shell and just said, I couldn't stay away from the action, huh?
So you went into the shop, and he's kind of just appearing in town.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was in. I'm very confused. I thought you said he was like appearing in the tea shop. Okay, but we've switched now. Sorry.
It's all good.
I'm using a ghost. I need to kill him.
Need to kill a ghost.
Are you
Need
trying
to
to
kill a
talk
ghost.
to? Are you trying to talk to one of the
Yeah, the
bugbears?
bugbears.
You can see that two of the bugbears kind of like cheers their mugs together as some of their alcohol splashes out of it, running over their arms before they just like stick it to their face and guzzle their drink down, not making any remarks to the things you have to say.
I'll try and poke him.
You go to poke him as one of your nails
Hey.
go through him as it turns into like a shroud of smoke.
They're all ghosts. I guess I'll go looking around.
Okay. You go to start to look around. Is there anything you're specifically trying to look for while you're here other than anthrax?
Not really. I guess I'm just trying to figure out what's going on since I can't touch anything either.
Okay. I'd like you to roll me an investigation check.
Oh, okay. Let me get out D&D Beyond.
Oh, you want somebody else to roll it for you?
No, I can do it.
Okay.
It was just in case I need some more dice.
Sure.
Abilities, saves, actions. No. Skills. Investigation, you said?
Yes.
Okay. That's a 16.
That's pretty good. Even though
Yeah.
you don't seem like you can interact, you can hear everything. And then there's a subtle smell. You can hear the smell of somebody cooking some kind of decadent fish.
I can hear the smell.
You,
Yeah.
Senses of yeah.
That's how refined your senses are.
So keen.
Yeah, you can smell.
Did you hear that?
You can hear the smell of cooking fish out into the center of the shopping district.
That's the only thing. It seems okay. I'll start going towards the smell since it's the only thing that's really, I can.
Other than
Dense.
that, I don't know what else is so appealing to somebody like you within the town. I don't think.
Oh, somebody like him, Alex. Somebody like him.
Like a mountain turtle, yeah.
Gonna
like a
go
mountain
there.
turtle. You think he'd be interested in flowers and drinking drinks with bugbears and stuff? You tell me if he'd be interested.
I like drinks. Real Hawk likes drinks.
He can't even touch them.
No, so why does he care?
Exactly. See?
He has hobbies. He never has.
Yeah, now he can hear the smell of fish, okay? So add that down on your book. Things Newhawk can do. Hear smell.
Your smells.
Anastasia.
As you pull up into this part of town here, you can see that there's a couple of individuals. You can see that they kind of have like a fire going in the street, a controlled fire. And you can see that people are buying some of the fish from this one vendor and skewering them and laying them down as they kind of get seasoned, and they're getting served to people like out on the street for a couple of coin here. You can see that there is a large burly man as well. You can see that he's got a well-fined haircut. He's got a big beard, and he's probably a little bit shorter than Newhawk, but he's quite stocky as well. Stands off looking at the cooking going on.
He's like 9 feet tall? He's what?
He's not quite as tall as you, but he's tall.
Alright. Can I touch the fish? I can smell the fish, right?
You can hear the fish. You can smell the fish.
I can hear the smell of the fish.
Yep.
They hear good. They hear very good. They be very tasty. Can I take a fish? Can I touch it?
You go to reach for a fish. You can't even feel the heat of the fire as your hand goes over top and you try to go and grab one, where you can see lots of people are paying money to get one, and you didn't do so. As you go to reach for the fish, your hand goes right through it in a cloud of mist and even through the fire.
Oh. Damn it. Okay. Another waste of time. I'll keep going.
You can.
Burly man.
It's here that you look back towards the burly man. As you can see that he looks like he's looking right at you. As if nobody else can pay attention to you whatsoever. You can see that he turns off to the side.
Can you see me?
He can see you.
Oh. Okay, well, I'll keep going for a bit.
I think you've had some friends pass by here.
What? So you can't see me?
All of the sounds of chatter go quiet in the town. The sounds of cooking fish and the smells of cooking fish go quiet as well. It doesn't mean that it stops happening. It just means that the sound all deafens all the way down. Yes, we've had a couple of people come that we have never seen before. Interesting to see you here as well. It must be a call from the great beyond.
Right, I don't know. I think it was trick or piece of shit ghost.
I'm sure there's a story behind that. But
I
please,
don't know.
our people do need your help. You can see that he kind of begins to dissolve, kind of like the mist as everyone else. And behind him is the doorway that is closing, as you see the flapping sign and the creaking little chain sounds of Tarku's tea time.
Well, I can't read that.
That sign doesn't mean anything to me because I can't read.
It is here. It is here as you see the door begins to close, is you can see the backside of Nova's gleaming armor and her braided hair as the door closes behind her.
Okay, that makes more sense. Alright, I'll go to the door.
You can see that your hand can grasp the the doorknob here, and you're able to turn it, finally able to touch something, as you turn the door and open it up to go walk in, that is where we will end the session.
Nice.
That was a good one.
There we go.
Very
I
mysterious.
have a robot arm.
A
The
magical
band is
robot arm.
slowly getting back together.
But also kind of dissolving. What the fuck, Anthrax?
No,
Look,
we're not
man,
dissolving. I have theories.
Mm-hmm.
I have theories.
Yeah, go on.
Have theories.
Pitch the
I
theories.
can't because they're spoiler theories.
Oh, you think
Alex.
you think
Wait,
you
wait.
got it.
I think you mentioned something to me when I was designing the new map, and now it makes sense.
Oh,
Message me.
things are making
Oh.
sense, you say?
Oh.
How good they make sense.
Oh, snap.
Message me your
Where's my
idea.
phone?
And
Why?
I
I'm
also
afraid to bring it out into the open.
No, because I was given a little information when I was doing the second map. He told me some things, made some creative choices to help guide the process, and that might have unintentionally spoiled me for something.
But
Mhm.
I didn't want to leave
Oh.
Ron high and dry and do nothing again for another session, so I got him involved with Todd coming back to life.
Very good. Very good.
Since he was right there in town, probably
Makes
a few
sense.
100 feet away, you'd hear that gunshot for sure.
All I gotta say is, fuck ghost kids. The little pains in the asses. Little shits.
Fuck adult size ghosts too.
Yeah, fuck adult-sized ghosts. Fuck all the ghosts. Well, I mean, maybe not all the ghosts. There's one ghost that's pretty cool. His name's Anthrax.
Sure. No.
I don't know. Reached the end of the line.
You almost reached the end of the line.
So I'd like to point out one thing here. One thing. That the first building that Todd got out of in his first session, he gets the shit kicked out of him. Todd's
Yes,
first session
and then he comes back to
in
life,
part
steps
2,
outside, and nearly dies again.
and gets like SWAT shot. Gunned down.
Just- Needless to say,
Just-
Todd does not trust anybody in this fucking town.
It's just too funny that it's too convenient. It wasn't meant to be that way, but it was. I thought you.
What did you expect me to do? Not
thought you-
chase after him?
No, I thought you were gonna kill him in there.
I was trying to.
I know, but he ended up living. I thought you were gonna kill him.
You had him run away.
Yeah, he was gonna go get backup.
Because he would run away.
Yeah. He'd go get backup,
Mm-mm-mm.
and then he got littered, and then he got exiled. So,
And then he killed himself.
and then he killed himself once he got out there.
You weren't expecting me to use suggestion, were you?
No, but you guys are gonna have lots of utility. You guys are gonna have lots of different things going on.
I'm surprised you didn't expect me to use suggestion. Like, oh hey, here's this motherfucker lying to my face about me.
That's all good.
Let me just suggest he tell the truth. maybe don't lie about me, sir.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Yeah, keep my name out your fucking mouth.
Keep my name out your goddamn mouth.
Keep me. and
I'm
my-
sorry.
My ghost dad's name out your motherfucking mouth. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
What little part of it I was in for.
The little panic.
Well,
button.
now you get more.
Yeah, no. I mean, the band's back together.
Kind of.
Nova, New Hawk, and Kite are all in the same place. And
Yeah.
only one of us has any amount of information.
And that's me.
Hey,
No, that's not you. That's Nova. Only Nova knows what the fuck we're doing here.
Yes.
The other one just got slapped on. Like, let's go have some fun.
hey, Ghost Dad is a movie, you know.
Yes, it is.
But Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
Anthrax is not only is Anthrax.
Look, Anthrax doesn't go around, giving ladies his pudding pop after giving the Quaaludes. Okay, that's
I
not
know
what
you're
Anthrax
quite a
is
little
about.
girl for a while, so
No, Will, that's entirely not true. You and your girlfriend took Quaaludes and had Todd, so...
Yes.
But
Look.
that one's okay because you were both drunk. It was a consensual
Look.
Quaalude.
Anthrax also took part in those Quaaludes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you both had the Quaaludes. It's a little more acceptable. It was just a rash, bad decision between two consenting adults.
Yeah.
Okay.
This